Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Well, let's talk with the brand new men's basketball coach at Wilkes University. His name is Izzi Metz. Well, Izzi, congratulations. You are officially a colonel.
John, thanks so much. I'm excited to be a colonel. It was a great day today, getting a chance to talk to everybody at Wilkes and getting a chance to talk to our team and have a few moments with Coach Rick Rode before the press conference. Just a whirlwind day, but a lot of fun.
Well, tell us about your experience that you bring to Wilkes University, your coaching experience at the all different levels that you've coached at.
Yeah, John, I've been fortunate to have coached at some different levels, working under and with some great coaches. I think some head coaching experience at Hobart, which is my alma mater. 5 great years there where I learned a ton. And that was sandwiched in between a 5-year stint as an assistant at Cornell and a 3-year stint just most recently at Boston College. So, I worked for my mentor, Steve Donahue, who is just a tremendous coach and a tremendous person. And, I basically owe, my career to him. I wouldn't be here talking to you right now as the Wilkes coach if it weren't for Coach Donahue, and he's taught me so much about the game and how to approach every facet of teaching and coaching and leadership and the recruiting piece. So, I'm just really, really fortunate to have been exposed to some great coaches in my career and coached at some unique levels, which I think prepared me for this moment.
Talk with Izzi Metz, the brand new Wilkes University men's basketball coach here on the John Mendola Show. Izzi, you talk to some coaches and they say, hey, whether you're coaching Division I or 2 or 3 or coaching a high school team, you still got to put the ball in the net. When you come from a program like Boston College, what attracted you to a program like Wilkes University?
Well, first of all, I'm a basketball junkie, and I've been living on the East Coast for quite some time now. I'm originally from Los Angeles, but I've been living on the East Coast basically since I'm 18 years old. So the Wilkes program is a program that, as I started following Division III basketball in particular, is one of those programs that resonated to me early on. And, when I was in college as a student at Hobart, when I moved on to Cornell and obviously, to my stint as the head coach at Hobart, Wilkes was one of those programs that just stood out to me. I had tremendous respect at the time for Coach Rick Rode. And, had a couple conversations with him on the road, recruiting, and just knew about the success of the program. And, I thought the school was a very, very good school in a hotbed for Division III recruiting. And so when this opportunity came about, I jumped at it. I was very excited, and I just thought, some great possibilities could happen here.
Is when you talk about your basketball philosophy, what type of offense you have or what you like to do defensively, what can we expect, for all the Colonel fans that are out there, what can we expect at Wilkes University from you?
Well, John, I think, if people meet me and watch me coach, I think they're going to see a guy that's, got, I'd like to think, some good energy, is passionate about the game, and has an aggressive mindset. So with that, and that's how I grew up playing the game, and the people I grew up playing with, an aggressive style. My last couple of years at Hobart as the head coach there, we adopted, I should say, aggressive full court mentality, pressure, different kinds of presses, to get the pace going. Force turnovers. I'm a believer in turnover differential and just speeding the pace of the game up. I'm hoping that we'll have good depth on our team at Wilkes, and we're going to recruit to play that way. And offensively, I think your offense and defense always have to complement each other. So if you're going to play up-tempo defensively, it probably best suits you to play up-tempo offensively. But, with that being said, we're not going to sacrifice shot selection, taking care of the basketball, playing unselfishly, just for the sake of getting up and down. So, we're going to build good practice habits. Obviously we're going to teach the game and do a lot of drills that kind of get our guys prepared to play the game. But I'm just a firm believer that the practices need to be more difficult than the game. Practices need to be competitive, and I need to demand a lot of our guys so that when we get in the game, hopefully mentally they're on autopilot, and it's easy for them, easier, it's fun, and they can go out and play and read and react because of some of the habits that we built in practice.
Izzi, when you're looking at the program there at Wilkes University, you said you had some regard for it in relation to Coach Rick Rode, seeing him on the road. How about the Middle Atlantic Conference? How familiar are you with some of the teams and how it's been? It seems like we've had a little bit of parity the last couple of years in the Middle Atlantic Conference overall, and you're going to hit the ground running because some of these schools may have had some recruits in. I'm sure you're going to go to work ASAP and trying to shore up a couple more recruits.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I think it's a very strong conference. I think the basketball played in this region is very, very good. And, I have a lot of respect for the programs in this conference. And, we have some great, regional rivalries, built in where, we're talking about, a 10-minute bus ride or, going up the street to Kings or, so there's some unique rivalries and some great matchups there. The DeSales program I'm familiar with. I know Coach Koval a little bit, and I've talked to him in the past. So, I coached in the Liberty League, which I think is another very strong conference in Division III for 5 years. And I expect this conference to be much of the same in terms of a lot of parity, good basketball played night in, night out. You got to bring it for 40 minutes, and you got to defend. I think it's a conference where if you don't play good team defense, you're going to get beat, especially on the road. So, as we're moving forward and watching tape, we're going to prepare accordingly to play in a great conference. And then as far as recruiting, I think any coach will tell you it's the lifeblood of the program. As coaches, we're only so good as our players are, and we try to put them in positions to be successful. But obviously, if you've got some talented guys on your team and you've got good depth, you're going to give yourself a better chance to win the game. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to hit the ground running and, continue to, address what needs we have going into next year and, kind of get more familiar with the young men that have already made a commitment to attend Wilkes for next year so that, moving forward, we're putting the best team on the floor and giving ourselves the best chance to win.
Izzi, when you talk about teams in Division III that are able to make it into the NCAA playoffs and make a little bit of a run, I know maybe you compared it to some of the teams in the NCAA tournament, the type of style that you like to have. But what is some success out of the teams that make that run in Division III? Is it kind of that up-tempo style that you see and some really quality athletes?
I think, John, to answer that question, I think, first of all, the key is getting into the tournament because, as we know, in Division III, there's fewer at-large bids. So, obviously, winning your conference and conference tournament, giving yourself the best chance to get into the tournament, the NCAA tournament, and then it comes down to the teams that are playing the best basketball at that time. And I think what you've seen over the years in Division III are the teams that have quality depth at each position and, have a good overall skill set in terms of shooting the ball and passing the ball, have good overall size. I don't think you have to have on the front line the tallest guys, but I just think, from your point guard all the way through your post players, just good overall size because I think that enables you from a length and athleticism standpoint to get in the passing lane and contest passes and get your hands on some balls and some deflections, get second chance points, which I think in an NCAA tournament are extremely important because, at that point, teams are very good and they're evenly matched. So if you can steal a basket, for an offensive rebound or create another possession where you can kick the ball around and maybe get an open three or, something like that, I think that's just, very important. So I think the teams that you see playing, deep into March are, a combination of skilled, athletic, tough, and fundamentally sound. And they don't beat themselves.
Izzi Metz will be at Wilkes University as we speak, and ready to go and ready to get into the thick of things here, sewing up some recruits and ready to get Colonel basketball going for 2014-15. Izzi, my pleasure talking with you today, and wish you the best of luck.
Chad, I appreciate it, and looking forward to talking to you down the road.
Izzi Metz, brand new Wilkes University men's basketball coach here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.